So I think I know who's hacking us, Kanye's people and Rhymefest people, because you was about to say but I'm gonna say it was seriously like a prize fight. That's what made it such a good battle, because whoever was the last one, you was feeling like that's who won. Rhymefest had that little lisp. You remember he had
yeah.
You
know what was crazy about Fest though? The reason why I was saying that what I was saying was he was, everybody that I was around was just as talented, but I hung around everybody more than I hung around him.
Right.
So if I was gonna battle one of y'all, I would kind of know what to expect and kind of know what angles to take. Because back then it was the old sword. It was off the top. It wasn't none of that other shit. So
off the top of the dome, yeah.
Off the dribble. That was it. There was no other way. If you did anything else, niggas would have been like, oh, get out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I would have known what to expect from one of y'all because we spent so much time, sharpening each other's swords and shit. But he was the one that wasn't, that I didn't hang with as much. So, and I knew that he could kill me because he was quick and he was witty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't even know if Fast even would remember that shit. I don't even know if he remember me.
Oh, please. Yeah, he
does.
He remembers you. Ain't no way in the world. And anybody who can get in touch with Fest, what's his real name, man? Because we
Chase Smith.
Yeah, we didn't use government names.
He came to Kennedy King when I was working there when he was running for alderman. You know what I mean? Shit, he knew me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knew me. He knew you.
I was like, and I haven't seen dude since, I don't know, I think me and Fest went to we went to Upski's crib. You know what I'm saying? We also did that WGCI commercial with Ferris. When I was fucking with Ferris. I was fucking with Kanye hard over there too with Ferris. You know what I'm saying? Back then. We would go to Upski's crib because I was big into writing. You know what I'm saying? And Fest was too. And he the one introduced me to Ferris.
Okay.
Yeah, Fest introduced me to Ferris, and that's how I ended up having that commercial on GCI that was running for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, for y'all don't know, that's Ferris Funkin' Thomas. He was started out as a house DJ, and we're gonna cover that in our house series. And then he went off into hip hop. He was great with those mixes. Ferris, he actually used to live on our block. I'm a nomad in Chicago, a bit of a nomad. So I lived on Ferris's block. They probably in the chat, somebody can type the right information. But man, my big brother, big ups to Big Three. Yeah, he used to mess with Ferris, man, showing him how to mix all back in the day, man. He showed Lil Lewis how to mix when we was out west. Lil Lewis,
I remember Lil Lewis. Yeah,
man. But you said so you did the commercial with Ferris, right?
Yeah, and that ran on GCI for a grip, Joe. I remember I was gone.
What was the commercial? Do the commercial for us so they can remember. They might remember.
Man, I couldn't remember. That shit to save my life, bro.
Hey, but hold on. I could probably find it on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? It was I know it was the theme song for GCI in his particular show.
Hey, did you do it under McVay or did you do it under EmerG at that time?
It was just EmerG. I hadn't had the McVay yet because McVay hadn't done that yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't grabbed the McVay until the stud blew up the building. Then I was like, okay, I feel like this is me on the microphone.
Your memory is distorted. I'm gonna straighten it out. We sat there in that room that Tori's in right now, and I was like, man, these people are the real killers. I sat there and told you, I'm like, man, I'm surprised somebody don't use these names of these cycle killers, man, like McVay. And you was like, Mills, that's cold. And I was like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I hadn't used McVay yet until he had did the building shit.
Right.
When he did the building shit, that's when the name popped up. That's why when you was asking me, I didn't know who you was, and you was like, hey, man, how you get the name McVay? And I was like, from the streets, nigga, because I did. It came from y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he talking about he's talking about Tori. I texted him when I got his number from you. I texted him out the blue, right? And I was like, yo, where you get that name McVay? And he's like, from the street, you know, he didn't really know who I was, but I was sure oh, that 773 number.
Yeah. From the streets.
So I hit him with the three. I hit him with the eyeballs, looking at the eyeball. I'm like, really? You got it from the street, huh?
Hell yeah, dude. I remember that shit too. And I used to spell it the way he spelled it at first. And then I'll end up flipping it to MC. You know what I'm saying? Because the MC him, he did VAY.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what. But I would love to talk to Fest nowadays, man, because you know, just to see if he remembered me and to see if he even remember that battle. You know what I'm saying?
I wish we recorded it, man. I wish we recorded. Y'all was pulling the best out of each other, man. Hey, and now one thing I want to mention, like in that area, because I know you know, we talked about Chris Mass and, you know, like things going on over there. You came, you know, we all born into where we born at. We live where we live at. So, you know, ain't nobody claiming nothing around here, just for the record. But like Mr. McVay, he moved to that community from another community, and we all can kind of know how that go. And
yes,
so
sir.
He was like, I don't want to say he was up because everybody loved him, but so explain, because this is huge in Chicago. Explain how somebody in your situation, when their parents move them, you know, to a different community and you don't really know the guys, and how did you do that? Especially in
man, listen, you ain't had first of all, you ain't had no motherfucking choice, really though. You know what I'm saying? It just yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really nothing you can do.
What could you tell a young man in that situation, man, that moved to another neighborhood? What can you tell a young man that's literally in your situation and, you know, getting to know people and different guys, you know, from a different side, so to speak?
I would say, man, you know, with me, what I did was first of all, I kept my head on the swivel. Okay. And unfortunately, from the terrain that we happen to live in, you know what I'm saying, it's sad to say, you know, as amongst black men, but you can't be no bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can't be one of them. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to stand up for yourself, period. You know what I'm saying? But what I learned was who to befriend right away.
Okay.
I learned the guys to befriend right away. You know what I'm saying? And because I did come in on the op side, because I moved from 71st. I'm a GE. When I got over there, it's
that's growth and development, people.
It's growth and absolutely. But back then, it wasn't even growth and development. It was Gangster Disciple then. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't even evolved yet, so we was on some other shit.
Yes, sir. You know? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But I got around there, and I met up with D'Angelo. Then I met Chris Mass and them. You know what I'm saying?
Big ups. I forgot about D'Angelo. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. I met D. You know what I'm saying? And me and T was my best friend, but me and T was coming from 71st too. So T
off what?
D,
71st off
Crunch,
Exchange, right?
No, T was off 71st in Constance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you was off 71st and what? Where you come from?
I was off 71st in East End.
East End. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
go ahead,
I was
bro.
off East End, y'all.
Okay.
And he was off Constance. And Crunch was off 73rd off of Euclid, but he was over there. He was more with the GDs. And D'Angelo, me and D'Angelo became GDs together. So here we are, it's us four, it's best friends, and we in this fucking neighborhood full of Blackstones and MCs, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, and it was rough my first year. It was real rough, bro, for about 4 or 5 months. It was crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? But I would say back then you could really knuckle up with a nigga because it was grammar school. There wasn't really too much killing. Worst was a motherfucker might pull out a knife, you might get stabbed or something, but that was the worst of it. But you could really throw hands back then. So, you know, I would say a little man in that situation, if the terrain was still the same, I would just say, hey, just be ready to handle your business, man, because
so
them motherfuckers around this show make you do it.
so real quick, before me and Tori came back in the hood, was you already messing with Jazzy? Were you already in the studio with him, or how was you doing as far as your rap side?
Man, I was fucking with them all the way back from when I first started fucking with Jazzy and all of them when I used to hear Saint riding through the ball with
I told Tori we need to talk about the Saint. Hey, rest in peace to the Saint. Go ahead, tell
Oh
you.
my God, the realest hip hop man that ever
Man,
lived in South
ahead of his
Chicago,
time, man.
Stop
Go ahead,
man,
bro.
you hear that man on Stony Island,
on
half
Stony
a mile
Island,
away,
bro.
half a
The
mile
Saint,
away.
Hey,
man,
hey,
look.
Tori, you told me he said, and what you told me what he used to do when you
Yeah.
sliding, right? And you see them
Yeah.
boys 12, and Tori told me how Saint used to do boom, boom, and as he got closer to the boys, he
Turn
had
them all the way
to
down.
down.
Yeah.
So they
And
never
then
really
go
knew where he was
past,
coming from.
go
Man.
past, he turned it all the way back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I still do that to this day. They be looking
Hey.
around. And, was that him playing the music?
Yo, he was the first one to really have sounds before having sounds was popular for having sounds, bro.
He built them.
That's what I'm saying.
He built that. Like,
and you know, my bedroom window is in Baldwin. It's in the fucking. It's in the alley.
What year was that you start working with Saint? Is he got you into music? Like, what got you into music? Like, how's the Saint?
Well, no, I didn't have the privilege of working with Saint.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was, you know, when all of us used to break dance and do all of that shit back then, you know, and I was in the writing heavy back then, you know what I'm saying? Graffiti writing and shit.
Right.
So that's why we would fuck with it. And that's why I would fuck with Jasper, because you already know.
Oh, you talking about on the blue line where y'all used to, I know Chris Mass, Cosmo, yeah,
Yeah, but Jasper was the OG. Jasper and Saint was the OGs
with the
at the time.
Right.
With the bombing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why we was running up under them, because
now so
Jasper
everybody know
used to
they're not
piece.
talking about tagging, they're talking about bombing, which is art. It's art. Go ahead, bro.
Art, yeah.
For sure.
But Jasper was like super way ahead of his time with the pieces back then. He was wild styling, crazy and shit, man. And Chris Mass was more like Jasper's understudy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, apprentice, like an apprentice.
Yeah. And Saint was just the OG of the whole shit. Cosmo was really like Saint's understudy. You know what I'm saying? Mo D.
Hey, pick up the Cosmo D. Tori, send Cosmo D a link. Text him a link, man.
Yeah, Mo D was to fuck with them. And me and Matrix and Dondrell Speck, Chris Mass, all of us ran up under Jazzy, you know what I'm saying? And you know, trying to, but Jazzy really didn't go out and hit the block on the writing side.
Right.
He was more pieces. He'll jump out if we was gonna go do a piece somewhere.
Right.
But other than that, we was the ones out there tagging crazy with the Griffin and the motherfucking Clownies and the homemades with the Brute, the Brute deodorant and shit with the sock and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was taking the L. You remember our battle Laugh?
Yeah.
You remember our battle Laugh? Me and Laugh went at it, bro. Laugh was all city. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I remember you battling live. I don't think I remember that.
No, Laugh. Okay, so Laugh is was a graffiti writer at the crib.
Okay.
I know y'all remember Neat. Everybody, Neat was everywhere. Baba, y'all remember Baba? Baba, his graffiti name was Neat, N-E-A-T.
But y'all was bombing in the hood. I thought y'all was bombing on the trains. Like we
was bombing everywhere. We was all city. We was going all the way out to O'Hare.
Okay, I got you.